Welcome, Capricorns and Capricorn Risings, to a deep dive just for you into October 2025. If you've been feeling like you're not just juggling, but maybe standing right at the crossroads of four really intense demands, career, home, who you are, your key relationships, then you are absolutely feeling the cosmic vibe this month.
Yeah, that feeling, that's the Grand Cardinal Cross really lighting up your chart. For you, that opposition energy, well, it's been intense since the eclipses. October keeps it going.
Right.
But it's got a purpose. It's really about turning the wheel of your life forward. It's a huge push, not just a test.
Okay, a transformative push. So our mission today is to walk through this forecast house by house. We want to see exactly where the challenges are, sure, but also, importantly, where those opportunities for disciplined growth lie for you.
Exactly. We'll trace this cardinal energy through the whole chart. Let's start right where you live, basically. First house.
Yeah.
The self, your identity. As a Capricorn or Capricorn rising, this house is, well, it's your main lens on everything. And right now, your identity is under this strong external spotlight that opposition energy is key. You're kind of being forced to really be who you are while juggling everyone else's demands.
And we see that play out, don't we? Around the 11th, Venus opposes Saturn. And you, the Capricorn, you really step into that taskmaster role.
Yeah, you become the reality check.
You're the one saying, hang on, not so fast, to things that maybe seem too easy or just unrealistic.
It's about asserting those boundaries based on what's real. Very Saturn.
That makes sense. And that realism, it flows right into the second house, right? Finances, values, self-worth.
Absolutely, because there's major financial evolution happening there. On the 13th, Pluto finally stations direct.
Oh, okay.
He comes back online, so to speak, and becomes much more powerful, more intense about your personal money goals. This isn't just pocket change, it's deep transformation, and it's tied to your future, your networks, your big goals.
And what's interesting is how that financial flow seems supported. We see these strong trines from Earth signs.
Yes.
Like Venus in your career house, the 10th, directly linking to Uranus in the 6th, which is about flexible work.
Exactly. That link is crucial.
So does that mean rising in your career or finding ways to work more flexibly is key to unlocking this financial shift?
That's a perfect synthesis. The universe is definitely rewarding structured, innovative efforts. And we've got some good money dates for you to circle.
Yeah.
October 2nd, 3rd, 29th, and 30th. Plan something then.
Good to know.
But watch out for tension around the 22nd. The sun squares Pluto. That means your public life or maybe even certain friendships could put some serious financial pressure on you.
Ooh, that sounds heavy. Pluto involved usually means it's not just about who pays for coffee, right?
Definitely not.
Is this like forcing a hard look at friends who might be draining you financially or maybe value-wise?
Precisely. A deep reevaluation of who you're connected to, because those links are now hitting your bottom line, your stability. Which brings us smoothly to the 3rd house. Communication, siblings, local travel, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Saturn's still retrograde in Pisces here all month. And for you, Capricorn, Saturn's lesson is always structure.
Right. So restructuring how you communicate, practicing patience maybe with mental stuff, learning to listen more.
You got it. And yes, this could mean potential delays, short trips, moving plans, maybe friction with siblings. Saturn slows things down.
Okay, but then Neptune also comes back into Pisces on the 22nd, joining Saturn. That sounds complicated.
It does muddy the waters a bit. Between now and February, communication lines can get really blurry. You need to be extra careful to avoid misunderstandings, especially with siblings. Could even be odd vehicle issues or community security stuff popping up.
Hang on. If Saturn wants clear structure, but Neptune brings blurriness, how do you handle something sensitive? Like, we've heard feedback about siblings maybe struggling with mental health or addiction.
That's a common theme here.
They might be isolating, and the advice seems to be you need to be a bit more stern. How does that work with Neptune there?
That's a really important question. Sternness isn't cruelty. With Saturn, it's about form. You apply firmness by setting clear, disciplined boundaries around the situation, around the interactions. You're essentially giving the struggle or the chaos a container.
Ah, okay. Containing it.
Right. And the positive way to use this energy, turn that Neptune blur into structure. Meditation, journaling, active listening, even learning things like astrology or tarot. Saturn gives tangible form to those intuitive, previously maybe formless Neptune things.
Using structure to contain the chaos. I like that. Okay, let's move to the 4th house. Home, family, roots.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of those cardinal pressure points, right? And it peaks on the 6th with that full moon in Aries.
Yes, a major culmination point for home and family stuff, especially if you have planets or points around 14 to 16 degrees of Aries, Cancer, Libra, or Capricorn. This could look like moving house, buying property, signing a lease, or maybe resolving a big situation with a parent or roommate. It's significant.
And this isn't out of the blue, is it? This connects back to the solar eclipse in Aries we had in the spring.
Exactly. That eclipse planted the seed. This full moon is the manifestation, revealing a necessary, sometimes quite drastic change related to home or family. It might happen now, or the effects could ripple out until spring 2026.
Is there a silver lining?
There is. The ruler of that full moon, Mars, is hanging out in your 11th house of goals and friends. So this big home shift might be tied to achieving a goal, maybe moving in with a friend, or even a family gathering that brings everyone together around a shared future plan.
Okay, so if your roots are shifting, how does that affect your day-to-day? Let's pivot to the 6th house. Health, work routine, daily habits.
Right. Mercury rules this house, and on the 6th, it moves into your 11th house. This can open doors to things like health-focused groups, maybe job fairs related to wellness, or learning about health through collaborations.
Interesting. And what about that mind-body connection later in the month? You mentioned Mercury opposing Uranus.
Yes, late October. That opposition from the 6th to the 12th house really highlights where your mind, body, and spirit are out of sync. If you're run down, not sleeping, constantly wired, well, your productivity takes a direct hit. For you, Capricorn, that practical impact is usually motivating.
So we need practical self-care then. Things that address the nervous system, maybe, since Mercury rules that.
Definitely.
Like maybe tweaking the bedtime routine, focusing on breathing. Mercury rules the lungs, right? Deliberately unplugging from screens and news overload.
Absolutely spot on. Those practices are key for managing stress, any nerve issues, and just coping with those sudden schedule changes Uranus in the 6th loves to throw at you. Structure amidst the chaos again.
Okay, now we hit another big cardinal point. The 7th house. Partnerships, relationships, clients.
Yep. And there's immediate tension here right on October 1st. Mercury, which is in your 10th house of career,
Right.
squares Jupiter in this 7th house of relationships. How does partnership growth or lack of it affect career goals?
So you might feel totally swamped trying to balance client or partner needs with these huge work demands.
Exactly. Genuinely overwhelmed. This is where negotiation is key. And vulnerability, actually. You really need to ask for feedback, maybe even criticism, from partners, spouses, key clients.
By criticism.
Because they're holding the mirror right now. They can show you blind spots in your career ambitions that you just aren't seeing.
Got it. And the pressure keeps building. The sun squares Jupiter on the 16th.
It does. Your public profile gets a boost, you're more visible, but that relational pressure really ramps up.
What does that pressure actually feel like day to day?
It feels like hearing, you're always working, or maybe feeling like the people closest to you just don't see you anymore. The opportunity here is relational abundance, meeting important clients, collaborators, but you have to actively, consciously make time and be present for your personal partners. Otherwise, that pressure could undermine your success.
Okay, that's a crucial balancing act. Let's look outwards now. 9th house. Expansion, higher learning, long-distance travel.
Right. On the 4th, Venus meets the South Node in Virgo here. That feels like a clearing out.
A clearing.
Yeah, a need to release old beliefs, maybe about health, daily habits, work routines, things connected to Virgo that just don't serve your expansion anymore. Travel plans might shift, and it's probably not the best day to kick off complex legal stuff.
Okay. Then around the 11th, Venus opposes Saturn. Desire meets reality check again.
Exactly. You might really want that vacation or that big course or maybe a job opportunity far away, but it feels just out of reach. You might even get an offer involving teaching or travel, but you're the Saturn gatekeeper again, thinking, okay, hold on, this needs planning, discipline.
So don't give up, but be prepared for delays.
Persistence is a lesson. Don't ditch the dream, but understand Saturn demands structure and preparation first. The delays are actually productive, forcing you to build a solid foundation.
Right. And finally, the last pillar of this cardinal cross, the 10th house. Career, status, public image. This is where things get good.
This is where you get your glow up. Venus enters Libra here on the 13th. That immediately boosts your professional reputation.
Nice.
Focus on smoothing professional relationships, harmonizing things with clients or bosses, maybe update your professional look, headshots, LinkedIn profile, that sort of thing.
Sounds positive.
It really is. Especially fortunate if you work in anything artistic, design, beauty, or collaborating with women. And those financial rewards we talked about, they link back here through those trines to Pluto and Uranus. Promoting flexible work or a second gig pays off. It's smart success.
Okay, but success often comes with a little warning sign, doesn't it? Venus opposes Neptune on the 13th, too.
Good point. That's the caution flag. Don't overly idealize your job or even your home situation right now. You might be putting on a really good game face for the world. But what's it hiding?
What might it be hiding?
Well, possibly some emotional heaviness, maybe challenges at home spilling over, could even connect back to that sibling situation needing structure or financial help. But the new moon in Libra on the 21st offers a fresh start here. It plants new seeds for career launches, job changes, success over the next 6 months. Focus intentions on creative work, maybe independent projects.
And you mentioned love could be found at work, too.
That's a possibility with Venus here, absolutely.
Okay, moving along to the 11th house. Friends, big goals, networks. Mercury zips into Scorpio on the 6th.
Yeah, this sharpens your social insights. Good time for collaborations, deep group discussions, maybe travel with friends.
And then the friend is savior idea comes up. Around the 20th.
Very much so. Mercury conjuncts Mars in Scorpio. This really energizes communications and group projects. Friends, especially maybe those intense, focused Scorpio types, might really step up and help out in a crisis. Lots of energy for parties, gatherings too. But Mars here,
Yeah.
be mindful of heated online debates or philosophical arguments with friends.
Right, that Mars energy needs an outlet.
Exactly. Go work out with friends, channel it constructively.
What's the saving grace?
Mercury trines Saturn. That brings almost instant mental clarity. You might see people's true colors very clearly. And that clarity gives you the justification, maybe, to cut ties with draining people. It's a mental break you might really need. Discipline and clarity working together.
Makes sense. Okay, last stop. The 12th house. Subconscious, isolation, healing.
Yeah.
Mercury enters Sagittarius on the 29th.
Right, and it starts its shadow period almost immediately. So this is prime time for exploring your subconscious. Reflection, therapy, spiritual study, creative writing, all favored now. Dive deep.
But 12th house can also mean self-undoing, right?
Yeah.
Need to be careful.
Definitely. Caution against isolation or neglecting your health. Remember that 6th house opposition. The balance is tested here too, especially watch out for feeling run down, issues with hands, arms, shoulders, lungs. Mercury, Gemini, Sagittarius themes.
And dreams.
Pay attention, especially weird, symbolic ones. They're likely offering really valuable insights into your health, your path forward. Your subconscious is talking before Mercury goes fully retrograde next month.
Wow. Okay, so let's synthesize. Putting it all together for Capricorn in October.
It really demands balance. That huge pressure, the Grand Cardinal Cross, it's pushing you to harmonize your public ambitions, your career drive with your private life home, relationships, your roots.
And the pressure isn't just stress for stress's sake.
Not at all. It's driving necessary transformative change. You need this pressure to evolve right now.
And the key to navigating it.
Lean into your core strengths, that Saturnian patience, that discipline. Especially apply it to communication and mental growth, with everything happening in the 3rd house. It's a month for disciplined listening, truly.
Okay, let's give some specific dates to watch. Opportune days overall.
Mark down the 8th, 24th, 25th, and 29th. Good potential there.
And specifically for career moves.
Look to the 23rd, 25th, 27th, and 28th. Venus is helping out them.
All right. And the days to maybe tread a bit more carefully. The stress points.
Yeah, heads up around the 4th, 9th, 11th, 14th, and the 19th. Those might require some extra self-care, patience, deep breaths.
Got it. So as we wrap up, let's go back to that Venus-Neptune opposition in the 10th house. That idea of the game face.
It's important.
If you are putting on this amazing front, achieving that career glow-up, the final question is, what underlying emotional heaviness, maybe stemming from home, is that success trying to cover up or compensate for?
Right, because the lesson is you can't just idealize things away. You have to honestly address the roots, the foundation, not just polish the surface. Otherwise, that public success won't feel truly satisfying deep down. That's the real work, Capricorn, and the question to sit with this month.